to the Garage Engineer. Today I wanted just to take a quick second to show you my finds that I found at the Goodwill. So I happened to be near my local Goodwill and I happened just to pop in. I wasn't really looking for anything. Typically I'd go over there for work clothes, work pants and stuff like that, and then I'd peruse around the other odds and ends they have of the hard goods. And today was I'm glad I went. Now, whenever I go to Goodwill, I never know what I find, and which is kind of funny because I actually was reading the bag that they have, and it says Goodwill, North Georgia. You'll never know what you'll find, which is very true because I found some very odd things at the Goodwill that have been beneficial to me, but I never would have thought to find it at the Goodwill. So let me show you what we got today. So one of the things I like to look for in the kitchen area are knives because I like to practice my knife sharpening on the grinder that I've got, and these are good practice knives because you can see. Well, before we go into that, I did want to show you that you see on the price tags there's different colors. This is green and this is a red one. And those colors mean when the item was, what weeks the items were put out. When the item's been there very long, then that color they'll give a 50% discount. This week was yellow, so none of these were 50% off, but the price is so good they're still worth getting. So going back to the knife, this was $3.09. It's a red tag, so I mean, we didn't get it on discount, but it's still good. But what I like about these knives, if you ever want to get into knife sharpening, the Goodwill, all those salvages, is probably the best place to get knives. Now, you'll find a lot of cheap different knives, and that's fine if you want to practice. And I haven't found like a super high-end one yet, but this one wasn't too bad. It's one of the commercially made knives, and I actually didn't know who was the maker of it. All I could see was this logo of a cow. I thought that was cool, and these are the type of knives that I like. Get this off here. They do that to protect the shoppers here. But when I was doing, I wanted to do pre-research to figure out who this logo was so we can know what brand this is. Under the price tag I took a little peek, and this is actually a Martha Stewart collection knife. So it is commercially made, and it is, let's test it. It is not sharp at all. Definitely not sharp. This needs to be sharpened up. I like this style of knife. It's the Japanese Santoku style knife. I like it a lot for chopping and cutting. And this is the style of knife I use mostly in the kitchen. So I'll add this to my collection, but it's got a nice blade to practice sharpening. And I love when I get these knives sharpened because they cut so well. Now the second thing I saw, and I didn't realize they had a separate section, or maybe these were misplaced, but I typically don't see hand tools. So I saw this, it was taped up, so I haven't even looked at it. If you shake it, you can hear there's something rattling around. But what drew me to this was the Craftsman logo, and I didn't recognize it. It's a little older than the Craftsmans that I've been using, but I did look it up in anticipation of making this video, and this is actually a logo that was used in the 60s and 70s. So definitely this box is an antique. This is definitely before when I started collecting Craftsman. So that got my attention, but I knew I probably wanted to make an unveiling video, so I did not open it up. So I have not even seen what's inside here. Could be a bunch of just sockets and a dud, or maybe we'll get something good. So this was the second thing, and then they had some screwdrivers. So I hadn't really seen many hand tools at this Goodwill, but now I kind of know where they put them, so maybe I'll find some more in the future. But let's get into it. So this just had some clear tape that was taped it together. Oh look, there's a price tag on the back. I didn't even notice that one. Let's see what it says. It says $9.98. So the original price of this kit was $9.98. 4474. I don't know if that was the seller's price tag or the seller's product number, or if that was the product number of this kit. I don't know. We'll look into that. The label's kind of flipped over, so you can't really see it. We do know it was $10 back in the day. Yeah, I don't know. So let's get this off here. Don't need this anymore. Get this price tag off. Alright, so here's the reveal. It's a metal case with a little spring action latch. Oh wow. I don't think this is used very much. It is, from what I see inside here, it's a 1/4 inch socket set. You got a 1/4 inch breaker bar. I've never seen such a small little breaker bar. 1/4 inch. Now I need to look. There's something about this logo with the double bar. Oh, it's forged in the USA with a V. I think this is 70s. So if this logo was 60s, 70s, I think this casting on the tools, it says forged in USA with the double lines and the V, means it was made in the 70s. I'll need to do a little bit more research on that. But this is very clean. And here's a 90-degree 1/4 inch. I like that. That's nice. Oh, I guess you can even pop it down there. Pretty cool. It's got an indent so it stays in the middle there. It's kind of cool. We got an extension. I can't read it. We'll have to get a magnifying glass, but this is a 1/4 inch extension socket. Here's another one, and this is the Craftsman. I guess this came with the kit. So I'll put that one there. I don't think this one came with the kit. Here's a Craftsman socket. This is 7/16. And here's some more sockets. Craftsman, so those all go there. 3/8, 3/16. And here's an adapter. If they have, let's see what they got. If they got a 1/4 inch, then you can stick the 1/4 inch in there. There's another Craftsman. Now this one, this is a snap-on tool. That's nice. And it's a doesn't say what it is. TTX15A. I don't know which Torx that is. Is that a 15 Torx? Well, that's a surprise. And here's another snap-on Torx bit. It's a T25, so that's probably a T15. There's a T25 there. So that didn't go with it. Here's another Craftsman socket. Here's the 1/4 inch. So what you can do is put this on your ratchet here, and then you can use this as your socket attachment if you needed to attach something. I don't know. That's more for drills, but you can do that if you needed to. If you needed to make an extension, I don't know why you just wouldn't. You can just put it on like that. So I don't know why they had that in there, but it's nice. Is this snap-on too? No, it looks generic. All right, what else we got? Another Craftsman. And this is Torx. This is a T25. Doesn't say, it's got dirt on the maker. Apex. So it's another T25. So my question is, this was put together specifically for doing a particular job, a smaller job. I'm curious, I put it out there to you guys, what would be, was it a bicycle, small engine? What would need a Torx? It has to be some type of small engine because this person's bought snap-on tools. It needs a T15 and a T25 and 1/4 inch, so it's kind of small. So I'm really surprised about what was in that box. You never know what you'd get. I thought it'd just be a bunch of sockets, but definitely, I love these small 1/4 inch drives. So while I was letting the box dry, after cleaning it and inspecting the insert, it wasn't too bad. It's got some age. Plastic has broken on the ends there, but everything else looks pretty good. It cleaned up really well, so there wasn't a lot of usage time with these tools. Now I did, while I was drawing, I did look up this extension I couldn't read. Said Hollowell, and I did a little bit of research, and it said it's now a defunct tool company. I think the patent ran out in 1995, but now they're known more for metal shelving that's being sold. So I don't really, that's all. I didn't really find information on this exact socket, but that's kind of neat to have. And we got our snap-on bits, and I think this is from the 70s. This little 1/4-inch set. I'm not really sure. I couldn't find anything specifically on this, and they didn't have enough markings on it except for the double line and the V. But I didn't see any other markings that I could link to who the manufacturer, who actually made it for Sears. But still a good little set that's really clean and really usable. So let's get it put back together. So for my eBay search, this is what the original kit looked like, and it's actually all here. You can see even the listing that I found from eBay. So that, and then the person added another socket extension, 2 T25s and T15, and then one driver socket extension. So I think that's a really great kit. I just really like to know what this kit would be used for and what type of repairs it would make. So leave down in the comments below if you know any information about those tools that we looked over. I'd be curious to know more of the history. But other than that, I'm going to put it in the rotation of tools to use in my everyday repairs and building. So I'm glad you could come along, see what I found at the Goodwill, and you need to take a trip to your Goodwill to see what kind of tools you can find. Until then. Here's a little bonus content. We're going to go ahead and sharpen the knife. Just show you quickly the process that I use to sharpen my knives. Very simple. Try not to get too complicated, because the easier it is to sharpen, the more likely you're to sharpen it more often, and a sharp tool is a lot better than a dull tool. So basically this is a 6-inch grinder. I turned it around so that the wheels are going that direction, just so it's not coming at you, it's going away. This is a aluminum oxide fine disc, and this wheel is what gets the blade to the right angle and sharpness and gets that burr. And then over here, I don't know if I've done a video on this yet, but this is where I made my homemade MDF polisher, burnisher too. So I just add a little bit of the polishing compound on it, and then polish up the blade. And then I do a little stropping at the end, and we'll get that all out. But let's get this thing, since it's the first time, let's just get this thing sharpened to the angle that I like, and then we'll go from there. But if it's something that you use regularly and it's already been sharpened once, sometimes you can just polish them up. You don't really have to go through the whole entire process. And that's a sharp knife. And if you'd like to see more videos like the one that you just saw, you can check here and here. And remember the ABCs of making. Always be creating. Till next time.